The reason imposter syndrome feels like such a solitary and lonely thing is because we're not trained in our society to talk about the fact that you feel like a complete imposter in the situation that you're in. You've got no idea what you're doing. You are clueless. And the reason that you don't voice it is because then other people around you will go, oh my God, Rebecca, of course. Why did we even hire you for this job? Why did we even ask you to do this? But the reason I love imposter syndrome and the reason I love to reframe feelings like envy lets me know, as we talked about in the past video, in this video, I'll put it up here if I remember to, and I will remember to because you guys subscribe for me, so I remember to do things for you. So that's a mutual symbiotic relationship. We're like that shark and those fish, you know, I don't know who's the shark and who's the fish, but we're like that. We're together and we're sailing the oceans. So subscribe, thank you, and I will remember to put the video. Anyway, I talked about jealousy and reframing that and all these things. Imposter syndrome is a great, fantastic indicator, number one, that you are human. These little tiny parrots, my son feeds these tiny parrots who keep coming to my window and wanting snacks. Anyway, imposter syndrome is a very, very good and accurate sign that number one, you're human. We all feel it. It's a human experience. Doubt. You're not a psychopath. You are not a narcissist. You've got this like natural human doubt. You don't know if you fit in. You don't know if you're good enough, okay? But it also is an excellent sign, my friend, that you are exactly where you need to be. Because if you are not expanding and you are not growing and you are not entering a realm of newness and availability and just growth, then what is life for? And to me, look at them. Look at these people here. Wanting snackies. Wanting snackies. See, they don't feel like imposters. They're like, give me snacks. I am a beautiful parrot. Give me snacks. The way you need to think about imposter syndrome is that you're at the precipice of growth and stretching yourself. You're at the precipice of becoming something new and interesting. Me in my life, I've done many jobs, and in most of them, I felt like an imposter, except in the things that I've just decided to acknowledge that I will feel like an imposter and move through it anyway. I used to model when I was younger. I moved to Australia and I started modeling, and every photo shoot that I entered and went to, I felt like someone was going to turn around and be like, what is this troll-like mammal doing here trying to model? This is not who we hired. This is not who we booked. It was not at a deficit to how I look. It is not at a deficit to like self-deprecation. I'm not telling you to feel that way about yourself, but it's like this natural twinge that happens. When I first started taking clients, when I became a life coach, it's not that I had a doubt in my knowledge. I had a full reality and idea of what I wanted to say, but I felt like, what if someone just turns around and is like, who are you to tell me that? Who do you think you are? I used to work in restaurants when I was younger. I used to work in a nightclub for a while. And every single job I've had, no matter which demographic of work I've done, I have felt like someone's going to turn around and out me. It's so natural, but it is exactly where you need to be. Why? Because you are, as a human being, on the precipice of growth. If you had a job, imagine you had a job, or imagine you were in a place where you felt no imposter syndrome. You're like, yep, this is exactly where I need to be. How easy is that for you then? How easy and effortless is that? There's no growth. There's no expansion. There's no getting better. There is no nothing. Just take it for granted that if you've got this job, you've been hired, and this is your new quest. You are an elf on an elf quest, and you have to get comfortable with it. And you always want to be on the edge of knowledge and growth. You always want to be feeling slightly like an imposter. One of the most intelligent people I know, I think she will know who I'm talking about if she watches this, has a doubt that she is stupid. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. But it's almost like, of course you think you're stupid. Of course you, one of the cleverest people I know, think you're stupid. because you are willing to grow and wanting to grow in that area. Some of the things that you are best at, some of the best mums I've ever seen have this imposter syndrome of like, oh, I'm not a good enough mum, I don't do the right things. Sometimes it is a direct sign that you are expanding in the direction that you're meant to be expanding in. People like Einstein, did you know Einstein had imposter syndrome? He thought that he was the stupidest guy ever. I think the reframe for imposter syndrome is to understand that life is about continuous growth. And if you're comfortable and dozing off and falling asleep and just knowing that everything just comes to you and it's all fine and dandy, then you are not pushing yourself to do something new. Every new endeavor you take on will cause you to feel imposter syndrome. If you're going to open a business, if you're going to go to a new university, if you're going to take on a new challenge, in fact, the more you feel imposter syndrome, the more you should be like, yes, I'm exactly the type of person I want to be. I am that person who wants to push themselves. I'm that type of person. I'm the person who wants to see the limits of my expansion. And in my case, every time I felt that, from modeling to I did Miss Universe, to working, to doing life coaching now, to becoming a parent, the biggest reward lies at the bottom of expansion. Like the metaphoric dragon that guards the treasure lies beyond you pushing yourself to do something amazing. See you on the next one.